What's going on, everyone? I know what you're thinking. How are you using Sneasel in Pokemon Red? Well, if you watch Gym Leader Matt's content, which if you haven't, you should, this is a Sanqui ROM. So Google Sanqui, it's the first link you should see in Google, that's all you have to do. Oh, and make sure to subscribe to Gym Leader Matt if you've never watched his content. If you like challenge runs like this, you'll love his content. And be sure to subscribe to me as well. Still working on that road to 300 subs. But anyway, let's talk about Sneasel. And its stats. 95 attack and 115 speed are great. It's going to outspeed and crit often. And since this is Gen 1, we go with the higher of its special stats, so it's 75 in this gen. Which isn't horrible. What is horrible though, is its frail 55 defense, and the fact that the movesets for gym leaders in the Elite Four are updated in these ROMs. Speaking of movesets, here's some notable TMs that Sneasel can learn, and some notable level up moves. Yeah, not too much of a wide selection. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and battle all of the trainers in Viridian Forest, because we're gonna need all the experience we can get for Brock. And we're even gonna battle Rival 1A. You'll see in a moment here that we're now level 10 and we have Quick Attack. So, Pidgey, whose moveset is also updated with Tackle, we make quick work of it. And by the way, in these Sanqui ROMs, Gust is a flying move. So that's fixed. Anyway, Squirtle you'll see here, I go for Leer to try to lower its defense. And Quick Attack's gonna make quick work of it. So now we can go battle Brock. And I try this battle at level 13. And you'll find out soon that this battle does not go well for me. I keep using Leer just to try to lower Geodude's defense some, and you see how little that crit with Quick Attack did. Sneasel's definitely going to need some level up help, and if we just show its level up moves again on screen real quick, there really isn't anything that'll help us. I mean, maybe Fury Swipes, but Metal Claw at 22 will definitely help. But I'd rather not level up that high. I tried again at level 16 and lost, so I won't bother showing that. Here's an attempt at level 18 when we have Fury Swipes. And we're getting a little better luck here. I mean, with Fury Swipes now, we're just really hoping for 3 hits or more to get the most damage to Geodude done. And I guess I could have gone for Leer, but I felt like every time in every other battle when I would use Leer, Geodude just knew when I was going to do it and would use Defense Curl, but you'll see here we're finally able to knock out Geodude. And Onix, yeah, its moveset's updated and it knows Rock Throw. So that hits twice and we lose. So that was fun. Let's try again. Now we're at level 22. So I caved and got Metal Claw. I misclicked Quick Attack there, but Metal Claw, yeah, that KOs Geodude. And we'll now KO Onix. Not KO it in one hit, but Quick Attack will. By the way, that Brock split, 2 hours and 50 minutes. And you'll see we're exiting Mount Moon with 3 hours 4 minutes, so Sneasel, already one of the worst Pokemon I've used so far. By the way, that little path up there, I thought there was a hidden item for some reason. I was doing a lot of things while playing and recording this run. Anyway, let's go ahead and battle Rival 2. Pidgeotto is the lead, and of course I don't heal before this battle. I go for Quick Attack, it does decent damage, Pidgeotto uses Quick Attack, I use Quick Attack, and crit, there we go. Thanks to Whirlwind, we're able to knock it out. We gain a level here, Abra's next, it can't attack, so a Metal Claw takes it out in one hit. Rattata is next, it uses Quick Attack and I miss Metal Claw, my second Metal Claw hits and we knock it out. Last is Squirtle, and if it went for anything except Bubble, we would have lost. But thankfully, all it uses is Bubble, and with our higher 75 special, we're able to tank it. And I know I mentioned updated movesets earlier, and this last gave me trouble. This battle is a successful one, but both her Nidorans know Double Kick, and when they would use it, it would KO Sneasel, and there were a few times where I'd have to rebattle the rival and go through Nugget Bridge. And the one time I did remember to save and then beat her, this hiker with his Machop would beat me, because Machop now knows Karate Chop, which is now a fighting move, which is double super effective. Thankfully we knock it out here with a crit Quick Attack, but it was just really frustrating. Speaking of frustrating, this trainer in Misty's gym. And it's because of Supersonic, and when we hit ourselves, you see how much damage we did there. High attack plus frail defense is not a good mixture. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and save my game, and we're gonna take on Misty. And Misty's Pokemon also have updated movesets. You'll see Quick Attack nearly one-shot Staryu, and it uses Swift. Yeah, Staryu doesn't have Swift normally. I go for Leer on Starmie and Quick Attack, but X-Defend cancels it out, and you'll see here that Hydro Pump misses. Yeah, Starmie now has Hydro Pump. Anyway, this Bystander, he was a problem as well. Thankfully, we crit the Machop so that its Karate Chop can't crit and one-shot us. We make quick work of Drowsy, and we get a prize, TM28 Dig, which surprisingly, Sneasel can learn, thankfully. Now we're gonna head to the SSN and take on Rival 3. Which Sneasel cannot learn Body Slam, which is disappointing, and I don't even remember what poisoned me on the way to Vermilion. Anyway, Pidgeotto, it goes down in 2 Metal Claws. And Raticate, it withstands a Metal Claw, but this battle really is pretty easy, so I just want to cover something real quick. I'm sure you're wondering to yourself and typing in the comments, why didn't you have the rival pick Charmander? Well, these ROMs are random, and randomizes all the starters, so I can't make the rival choose who would be the strongest. I mean, you saw in the beginning it said that the rival picked Vaporeon, which, I mean, I guess would be better than Squirtle and Wartortle. But let's talk about Surge. He's pretty easy. Dig, one-shots the Voltorb. Really no challenge here. Pikachu, Dig, that also one-shots. And Raichu, even though we are poisoned and Raichu knows Quick Attack now, Dig also one-shots. And with Surge out of the way, we can make our way through Rock Tunnel. And 4 hours 6 minutes, yeah, Magneton was finishing the game around now. We're poisoned, so we're gonna heal in Lavender, and we're gonna head to Celadon, because now we need to pick up a very important TM. TM13 Ice Beam. Finally, a stab move. And with 75 base special, this will hit decently hard. And let's use Erika as our test dummy. Ice Beam, one-shots Victory Bell. Tangela, one-shot by Ice Beam. And Vileplume, one-shot by Ice Beam. Easy. We can then head to the Rocket Game Corner, take care of all the Rockets, and then take on Giovanni himself. Which, if you thought the Erika battle was easy, Ice Beam, one-shot Onyx. Rhyhorn, Ice Beam, one-shot. Kangaskhan, I go for Dig because I thought it would do more, but Ice Beam with the stab power was the way to go. And with Giovanni out the way, we can get the Silph Scope, and then head to Pokemon Tower to take on Rival 4. Pidgeotto is the lead, of course, but Ice Beam, one-shot. Pretty easy. Growlithe, I'm gonna go for Dig, and one-shot. Execute, Ice Beam, and one-shot. Look at that. 75 base special coming in handy. Slash one-shots Kadabra, and Wartortle's last. Slash doesn't quite one-shot it, but it just goes for a weak bubble and we finish it off. We can complete Pokemon Tower and then head to Silph Co, which after picking up the card key on floor 5, we're going to head to floor 7 and pick up a very important TM. TM03 Swords Dance. This will help us take full advantage of Sneasel's 95 base attack and badge boost, but let's take on Rival 5 for now. Ice Beam one-shots Pidgeot, don't think the crit mattered. Growlithe, I use Dig, which you'll see it now as Flamethrower. That could have been scary if it hit. It's a one-shot. Execute, Ice Beam, and one-shot. Awesome. Alakazam, I'm going to go for Slash, and it's a one-shot. Blastoise is last. Slash, it's about a 3-hit KO. It hits with a weak bubble. I use another Slash, and it hits me with a massive Water Pulse. Thankfully, we're able to knock it out, and we can take on Giovanni next, which I think this is the only time I ever lose this battle. I go for Ice Beam, and Nidorino uses Double Kick with its new updated moveset. That was embarrassing. Let's try this again. Okay, so instead of Ice Beam this time, I'm gonna go for Dig, and that one-shots it. Perfect. Kangaskhan is next. I go for Ice Beam. Critical hit, but Guard Spec, so it doesn't damage me. Rhyhorn is next, and of course, Ice Beam is going to one-shot it. Last is Nidoqueen, Ice Beam, and we get the one-shot. That was surprising. So let's finish up business in Saffron by taking on Sabrina, which, Dark-type, against her psychic types? Yeah. Slash one-shot Kadabra. Mr. Mime, slash doesn't quite one-shot. It goes for light screen. That doesn't matter. I don't plan on using special attacks. Against Venomoth, I go for Dig, and it uses Signal Beam, which does big damage. It sucks having a bug weakness and having updated movesets. But last is Alakazam, and it's just going to spam for Recover, and we knock it out. And we're going to take a ride down Cycling Road to Fuchsia City to take on Koga. And against Coughing number 1, I'm going to go ahead and go for Dig, and it blows up while I'm underground. So now I hit Muck, and a crit one-shots it. The crit probably mattered. Against Coughing number 2, I use Dig, and it one-shots it. Last is Wheezing, and will Dig one-shot it? The answer, yes. And now that we are able to use Surf outside of battle, I'm going to take a swim south of Pallet Town to Cinnabar Island to take on the Quizmaster Blaine himself. Not sure how this battle will go, especially if his Pokemon have updated movesets. We outspeed Growlithe and go for Dig, and Growlithe missed with the Flamethrower there, so I'm going to assume they do have updated movesets. Ponyta we outspeed, and it went for Fire Spin. Don't know if it knows Fire Spin in red and blue. Rapidash, on the other hand, I use Dig and it misses Fire Blast, so yeah. Let's hope we can one-shot Arcanine, because if it has Flamethrower, we're done for. Dig, and it doesn't one-shot, and Fire Blast hits. And one-shots us. Perfect. So let's go ahead and try that again. Maybe we can get some better luck on Arcanine. Once again, Growlithe, we're gonna go for Dig. Blaine used a Super Potion that time when it was at full health. We knock it out. Ponyta, Dig. Once again, Blaine uses a Super Potion. One hit knockout once again. Rapidash, we go for Dig. It uses Fire Blast again. Man, imagine if Rapidash had Fire Spin in red and blue and was actually a threat. Arcanine is last. We're gonna go for Dig, and it misses Fire Blast. Dig, crits and one-shots. So Blaine is done. And while we're at it, let's just go ahead and take on Giovanni. I misclick, use Slash instead of Ice Beam, and Rhyhorn hits me with a super effective Rock Blast. That was a little embarrassing. Let's try that again with no misclick. This time against Rhyhorn, I select the right move in Ice Beam, and we one-shot it. And we're going to level up here, but we're still going to outspeed Dugtrio. Ice Beam one-shots it, and that's pretty much the rest of this battle. Nidoqueen is a one-shot with Ice Beam. Nidoking is also going to be one-shot with Ice Beam. And Rhydon, it has terrible special. It's also one-shot. So, 8 gym badges down, let's take on Rival 6. Pidgeot is the lead, and we're gonna go ahead and go for Ice Beam, and we one-shot it. Rhyhorn is next, and once again, Ice Beam, one-shots. Growlithe, we're gonna go for Dig. It misses Flamethrower, which would probably do big damage. But next is Execute, and I misclick Slash instead of Ice Beam. It goes for Sleep Powder. I'm asleep, it charges and hits me with a Solar Beam. Still asleep, and it charges and hits another Solar Beam. Still asleep, it charges another Solar Beam, and we're about to lose. But thankfully we wake up and hit a Slash. We're able to knock it out. Alakazam can't do anything to us. All of its psychic moves can't hit us for being a dark type. So we're able to get by it. But last is Blastoise. I go for Slash, and Water Pulse knocks us out. So let's try that again, and I'm really mad that my color didn't hold here. It just reset to the typical what Visual Boy Advance does. But anyways, we're able to one-shot both the Pidgeot and the Rhyhorn. Growlithe, we're going to use Dig. It's going to be a one-shot once again. Execute. This time, I make sure to hit Ice Beam, and we one-shot it. Alakazam, Slash, and we almost one-shot it, but now we knock it out. By the way, I should also mention I use rare candies to level up here. Against Blastoise, I go for Slash. It uses Skull Bash, so I go for Dig to avoid it. And a weak bubble, and we're able to get by. So, on to the league now. And you might think, Lorelei would be simple, since we are part Ice type. What can hers do to us? Well, with the updated movesets, I got a very rude awakening. Remember Sabrina's Venomoth, how it had Signal Beam? Well yeah, Lorelei's Dugong does as well. And it crits here and one-shots me. And I lost to Lorelei a few times, but here's the successful battle. We've had to level up to level 64, 8 levels higher than the attempt you saw. And Slash is doing a lot more damage while Signal Beam does a lot less. Slash is able to KO Duo. Against Cloyster, I go for Slash because it'll ignore its massive defense with the crits, and I decide to go for Swords Dance. And I'm going to set up all 3 Swords Dance for badge boost, and you see how little Spike Cannon does to me now despite hitting 3 times. Slash, it's still going to be a 3-hit, we get the retroactive Super Potion, Slash and Cloyster goes for Withdraw, and another Slash finishes it. And with our attack maxed out, we're going to go for Dig against Slowbro, who we one-shot. Jinx, I'm going to use Slash because it still has frail defense, and this will just end it soon. Against Lapras, I'm going to go for Dig, and we miss. It hits me with Water Pulse, doesn't do too much, and my second Dig is able to knock it out. So we finally make it by the wall that is Lorelei and her Dugong with Signal Beam. But next is Bruno, and being that we're a Dark and Ice type, we have a weakness to Rock and a 4x weakness to Fighting types, and unless we one-shot all of his Pokemon, we might hit another wall. Will Bruno continue to be a joke? Or will he actually show why he deserves to be an Elite Four member? Well, let's just see. Onix number 1 comes out, and of course, you know, we're going to outspeed it, and Ice Beam is going to one-shot it. Next is Hitmonchan, Ice Beam, and one-shot. Perfect. We gain a level in Hitmonlee, we should one-shot it as well. We don't, but it goes for Focus Energy. Had it used like High Jump Kick, we would have lost. Ice Beam against Onix number 2, one-shot. And Machamp, I know, has Cross Chop, Ice Beam, and Bruno uses an X-Defend, so yeah, Bruno, still simple. Alright then. But now we have Agatha, who if we had a Dark-type attack, she'd be a cakewalk. But we still have Dig for her Ghost and Poison types, and Ice Beam for Golbat. Let's just see the battle. Gengar number 1 comes out. I'm gonna use Dig, and it goes for Shadow Punch, which is Ghost-type Swift in Gen 1. We knock it out. Would have been awesome if Sneasel could have got Shadow Claw in this game, but we one-shot Golbat with Ice Beam. Haunter comes out next, we use Dig, and it misses Shadow Ball, another move that could have been great if Sneasel could have learned it. Arbok is next, Dig, and this should also be a one-shot. It is. Perfect. And now we have Gengar number 2, Dig, and we should one-shot it, and we do. So Agatha was pretty simple. And next is Lance, which we're an Ice type, and all of his Pokemon are weak to Ice moves. The only worry would probably be Aerodactyl, because in this ROM, it knows Iron Head, which, crit or not, would one-shot us. I'm not sure what attacks Gyarados has, but I really don't see Lance being a threat in this, so I mean, there's only one thing to do, battle him. Alright, so I guess the big question is how much will Ice Beam do to Gyarados, and what attack will it retaliate with? Hyper Beam will probably KO us, and Ice Beam gets a crit in one-shots. That crit definitely mattered. And from here, yeah, we can one-shot Dragonair with Ice Beam. The second Dragonair, we can one-shot with Ice Beam, which I kind of like that sprite work. Aerodactyl, Ice Beam, one-shot, no Iron Head from you, my friend. And Dragonite, Ice Beam, and one-shot. So Lance was simple. And next we have the champion, which, as long as I don't misclick anything, pretty sure we can win. That's not foreshadowing anything. But the big thing is, can Sneasel get any type of redemption for itself? I mean, it's already been a pretty terrible Pokemon with a pretty terrible time to this point. Let's see how it goes. Pidgeot is the lead, Ice Beam, and we one-shot. Perfect. Against Alakazam, it can't attack me, which that might be the only time I ever say that. Slash one-shots it. Against Rhydon, I misclick Slash, meant to go for Ice Beam, and it has Rock Blast. Which, yeah, it hits 3 times and knocks me out. The good news is that we actually make it back to the champion on our next attempt, so hooray, Sneasel, a little bit of redemption. Once again, Pidgeot will be one-shot with Ice Beam. And this time against Alakazam, I decide, you know what, it can't attack me. Why don't I just set up Swords Dance? This will probably be the only run I ever do where Alakazam can't do any damage to me. Unless you guys, you know, want to see more Sanqui runs, which let me know in the comments if you do. Anyway, we knocked out Alakazam, Rhydon, Ice Beam, one-shot. since we've clicked the right move. Against Arcanine, we're going to use Dig, and with our fully maxed attack stat, we will knock it out. Exeggutor, I'm going to go for Ice Beam, not sure how much it'll do, and apparently we're going to crit and one-shot it. That crit definitely mattered. And against Blastoise, Dig, its high defense won't be able to withstand our fully powered Dig. And Sneasel has done it. And this is probably one of the worst Pokemon I've ever used. Believe it or not, it's actually worse than Golbat in these games, and has posted the worst Brock split time of any Pokemon I have run to date on the channel. Granted, I don't have, a lot of runs, but Sneasel finishes the game at level 68 with the final time of 7 hours and 36 minutes. That is bad. That is below Golbat and just above the special Rhydon. That's where I'd place it on the tier list. I'm not going to show the tier list for now because if you want to see more of these Sanqui runs, I would like to make a tier list separate from the Pokemon we normally run. And as always, thank you for the continued support, and a special shout out. You might have noticed my avatar. I got it remade. I want to give a big shout out to Soul. They do the artwork for Scott's Thoughts. They also did the artwork for Van Man and Gym Leader Matt's avatars. Great work, and just look at the details on my little kitty Calypso. I'm going to put their Twitter bio below, and if you're in Scott's Thoughts Discord server, give her a shout if you ever need some work done. But I'm going to go back and work on some runs. Thank you for the continued support. Take care, y'all.